happy Sunday evening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification button so you know exactly when I come on. I appreciate all of you for what you do, okay? So real quick, guys, we're going to do a quick review. We're still on musculoskeletal system. Once again, throughout the week, we will be doing reviews daily. This is just a quick preview. Okay, if you want more, join the workshop. And for you to join the workshop, send an email to akaluso, the number 40 at gmail.com. That's akaluso, the number 40 at gmail.com. Okay, guys. So once again, I kind of talked about this a little bit briefly the last time as far as like the exam, and let me just backtrack for a second, okay? For a lot of us that will be taking our national state board exam, okay? I'm talking about the PTA, FSBPT, NPTE. That's a lot of letters, guys. But for those of us who will be taking the exam, and the next big exam is in April, okay? I believe April the 7th and the 8th. So we don't have that much time. I mean, time is far spent. Today is the 22nd of March. So it's right around the corner, okay? Right around the corner. So, and I am your coach for that. For those of you, if you see me for the first time, I am a licensed physical therapist assistant in the state of Texas, okay? So I've done this for a while as far as being in the world of therapy. The channel itself, yes, it is new, but I'm not new to the world of therapy, okay? So I share a lot of tips with a lot of us to go out there and succeed. And I talk a lot about crossing the bridge, okay? Crossing the bridge is getting your license. Now, I know it's right around the corner. I know exactly how you feel, right? Because I've gone through the whole situation, gone to school for 19 months, did my clinical rotations, took the state board, passed. So I want to share a lot of the wisdom that helped me to succeed, okay? So once again, last time I was kind of talking about the average adult range of motion right here, okay? Now, by the way, it doesn't matter what book you're using. A lot of you might be using different books, but I'll just use this for reference, okay? And then when you come to the workshop, once again, we do a deep dive. When I say a deep dive, I present you guys with exam style questions for us to tackle because that is the review, okay? In my opinion, and I don't know this guy's like, I don't know what they're gonna ask you on the exam, of course, but I believe some of the questions on the exam could be basic, some could be intermediate, and then some could be advanced, okay? But either way, we're always prepared, okay? We want to come in there and be prepared. And I've talked about the fact that we've been told on the FSBPT website that they will be asking well-structured questions, okay? So we're also coming in there well-structured so we can succeed. Now, average adult range of motion, okay? Things like shoulder flexion, 0 to 180. Is this something you need to know? Possibly, okay? Shoulder extension, 0 to 60. It's right there, guys. Shoulder abduction, 0 to 180. Medial rotation, 0 to 70. Now, once again, it could just be as easy as, what is this? Give me the answer. Or it could be something that involves you to incorporate the knowledge that you have here to answer the question, okay? So that's just an example. Now, let's go further real quick, guys. Come to the workshop. Once again, I present questions on the screen via Zoom, and then we use that as the review to go in there and actually tackle the questions to get them right, okay? All right. Now, in my opinion, okay, on the exam, there's different ways that you could be asked a question. A question could come in the form of a video, and it says that on the FSBPT website. It could be a video, it could be a picture, it could be just a regular question, okay? It could be a diagram and stuff like that, and they want you to answer the question. Now, here's a classical example, okay? What if you get a question that has to do with this? And here they're talking about measuring elbow flexion. Remember, I just got through talking about average adult range of motion, okay? What if a question comes like this, okay? To me, there's different ways to ask about this, to me, okay? One of many ways could be, where should the if I can get the word out, goniometer be placed? Sorry, guys, it's Sunday night. Where should it be placed? Where should the fulcrum be? Where should the stationary arm be? Where should the movable arm be? Right there. That could be a question. Okay. They can also ask for the average adult range of motion for the elbow. That's a possible another question. Okay, so I guess what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is that there's so many ways a question can be asked, and either way it comes, okay, we will be ready to answer. So as far as like elbow flexion, okay, elbow flexion is 0 to 150. So this is 0 to 150. This is 0 to 180, and the other one, extension of the shoulder, is 0 to 60. Could they ask that question? It's possible. It's possible, right? And it's also possible that they might not ask that question. But either way, it's just stuff that needs to be known. Now, a lot of you ask me, Coach, do I need to memorize this whole diagram? Well, since anything is fair game, it will be nice to know. Okay, that's just what I think. It'll be nice to know. Now, let's push on real quick, guys. Let's push on real quick. Okay. So now I'm gonna go here. Look at all these measurements. Are all these things important? Yeah. I told you guys in the past, anything on the in this book, anything you've been studying in school is fair game. Okay, don't overlook anything. Do not overlook anything. Anything on here is fair game. It could pop up, it might not pop up, but either or, you want to be prepared. Okay, you want to be prepared. Remember, guys, it's 6 lifetime attempts, right? 6 lifetime attempts. 600 or higher is a pass. 600 or higher is a pass. So we want to get that pass, okay? We want to get the pass. So the whole of this week in the evenings, we will be having our reviews. Join, okay? Join. It's very simple. You send an email to AKALUSO, the number 40 at gmail.com. That's all you do. Send an email, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, I'll get you registered for the class, and then I'll send you the Zoom link. You join there, and then we just take it from there. Okay. So that's just what it is. There's questions that could pop up from anything, and so everything is important. Look at this, guys, and I've shown you guys this before, right? Do you guys think this is important? It's possible. They could show you a picture of the arm of the shoulder joint and ask you to describe the muscle or identify a muscle. I don't know. All these things are possible, but we have to be ready because I keep telling all of us this, right? This exam hits different. If we think we're going to walk in there and just skate through the exam, no, it hit hard. I use that phrase all the time. It hit hard, okay? And on exam day, all you have is you. A lot of you hear me repeat. I'm sorry if I repeat stuff, but a lot of you might be new to my channel. You've never seen me in your life. You're probably wondering, who is this guy? What is he talking about? Is he actually qualified? Is he actually licensed? Is everything he's saying actually legit? And so a lot of times when I do my videos, I have to repeat myself like, okay, I'm talking about this. I'm talking about crossing the bridge. I'm talking about how the exam hits hard. I'm not trying to discourage anybody because obviously I went through the whole same situation, right? And I got my license and I passed and I'm licensed, right? So, but it's just to let you guys know that we have to have that mindset coming into this, like we need to get this. And I want all of us to be well structured, okay? That's just what it is. So just want to share a few things with all of us. Once again, when you come to the workshop, we go into detail about a lot of things, okay? We go into detail about a lot of things. Last time I also came on, I talked about good posture. If you look at this page 73 right here, it gives you information or description of good posture versus faulty posture, okay? And I told you guys last time that a lot of pathologies affect posture. So it is something important that we need to know. How does it present? I talked about scoliosis the last time. What about somebody who had a stroke? How do they present? Okay, and many other pathologies out there. How does it affect the posture? It's something that you possibly want to know. I could go into things like talking about valgum and valgus and genu recurvatum. Okay, that's just a whole lot of stuff. Once again, guys, I told you guys in the past, my workshops are not about teaching, it's coaching you to success. So when you join the workshop, I will expect that anything that we're talking about for that day or things that we will be talking about for that day in the review that you've already done your studying, right? So when I start to talk, and describe, and we start to break down questions, we're on the same path. Okay, so that's just what it is. All right, let's see. I also kind of talked about muscle testing. Okay, manual muscle testing. When a manual muscle test is done, it has different grades. Okay, it has different grades up here, guys. Different grades. Is this something that you need to know? Possibly. If we're going through physical therapy, therapist assistant school, okay, we should know what it is because we talk and deal a lot with muscles and bones every day. Okay. When you start to work as a physical therapist assistant, yes, the people you work on have muscles, bones, and all that good stuff. And so it's good to know about those things. Okay. All right. Once again, pictures that show different things and they might want you guys to identify. I don't know, guys. Once again, I'm just saying from a point of review, these are possibly things that you want to look into, okay? And once again, let me talk real quick about the practice exams. I mean, right now it's the 22nd, okay? This exam is pretty much in 2 weeks. By now, we should have already had our practice exams. That's just the truth of the truth of the truth by now or before now, right? My recommendation has been that you take a minimum of 3 practice exams. So by now, you should have gotten your scores on those exams to know where you stand. If you're scoring a 50%, I'm sorry, it's not good enough, okay? If you're scoring a 40%, it's not good enough. I'm not saying you're not good enough. I'm just saying that's an indication that more effort needs to come in and we don't have that much time. Unless you want to postpone your exam and take the next exam that is coming up. It's up to you. You make that decision, right? You want to be scoring like 65, 70, 75, 80 and just on that ladder, okay? You want to be there at this time. If you're not there at this time, you have to make the call on what you need to do to experience success, okay? So I just wanted to come on and share this with you guys. Once again, I feel like questions can come in different forms. Like I said earlier, it could come in the form of pictures. It could possibly come in the form of videos. It could come in the form of just a regular question. It could come in the form of a diagram. But however it comes, we are prepared, okay? We are prepared. And when you join the workshop, that's all we talk about, and that's what we do is get us prepared for this state board exam. And I've said this so many times, it's once in a lifetime. You pass it the first time, that's it. All you have to do is get your continuing education credits to keep your license going, okay? Keep your license going, guys. Now, on this same chapter, they talk about gate deviations. And why do we need to know about gate deviations? Because once again, think about the bigger picture, okay? A lot of pathologies affect our gait. Classic example, Parkinson's. Okay, classic example, a stroke. When we have this hemiparesis and all this stuff, a left CVA that affected the right side. Do you think it's going to affect their gait? Yes. Would they be walking with a hemi walker? Yes, possibly a quad cane, but most likely a hemi walker. Would their gait be different? Yes. Would they have weakness in their dorsiflexors? Yes. Would they have to wear an AFO? Most likely. So once again, think about the bigger picture. Why do we want to know about gait deviations? There's a lot of things and just things that I haven't even mentioned that you have to find out when you come into the workshop. But it's important to know, once again, gait deviations, right? And guys, I'm on musculoskeletal systems. Let me say something real quick, right? In my opinion, it's almost impossible to pass the state boards if we don't nail down the 3 major areas. It's musculoskeletal, it's cardiovascular, and neuro, okay? Those 3 sections are heavy on questions. I feel like they account for like 60% of the exam. So if we can't knock down those 3, it's almost impossible to pass the exam. I'm not saying that you can't pass them. I'm not talking about you guys watching right now. I'm just saying that in my opinion, if we don't knock down those 3 major areas, then it's almost impossible to pass the exam. Okay, so it sounds like I'm kind of dwelling on musculoskeletal a lot, but when you come into the workshop, On different days, we cover different things, okay? We also attend to all the other sections, but we cover different things on different days. But right now, we're like less than 2 weeks away. And so every evening is review, 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 exam style questions, break things down, and figure out ways to get this right, okay? All right, so let's just keep going, guys. I'm gonna go ahead. Once again, a lot of pictures here, a lot of pictures, a lot of pictures, a lot of pictures. And let's just keep scrolling here. A lot of these books or apps have like summary. Make sure you check out those summaries, kind of do a review. And sit back and ask yourself, what is it that I understand out of all these things that I feel are very important? Well, I mean, obviously, everything is important, obviously, right? Every single thing is important, no doubt. But when you start to answer these questions, it gives you a better idea of how we need to put all the knowledge together to answer questions. Once again, the state board is not like being in school. Okay, I have to make that very, that's what I think, okay? It's not like being in school. The state board, to me, requires a combination of knowledge of everything we've learned and being able to apply that to answer a question, okay? So once again, if we look here, it says musculoskeletal system essentials, okay? Do we feel like these things are important? Yes, they are. This is like a nice little summary of the chapter, okay? So kind of review that at this point, okay? Review that at this point and take it from there, okay? Review it at this point and just take it from there. All right, guys, so we'll stop there for tonight. I appreciate you guys joining. Tomorrow morning, I believe early in the morning, yeah, I normally go live. So I'll go live again and share more information with all of us, okay? And we'll go through just briefly, just talk to all of you. And then tomorrow evening is the actual review, the workshop, okay, where I send you guys the links. And for all of you that have registered, I send you the links, you join, and then we go through it, okay? So like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification button so you know exactly when I come on. I appreciate all of you for what you do. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning, okay? Have a great day and stay blessed. Bye-bye.